Hey everyone, let's discuss in this video about the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve, also known as oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve. So let's start what we have here. We have on the x-axis partial pressure of oxygen in the arterial blood, and we have on the y-axis saturation of oxygen to hemoglobin. Yeah. So let's start. Here we have the curve. We must know if the curve moves towards the right side, that means there's a decreased affinity of oxygen, for hemoglobin. Yeah, that means uh, there would be much more easy for oxygen to get unloaded from the hemoglobin. Whereas if a shift is on the left side of this curve, then that means there would be an increased oxygen affinity of towards the hemoglobin. That means it would be much more harder for oxygen to get unloaded from the hemoglobin. Yeah. So if it's on the right side, that means there's a decreased affinity towards oxygen. Yeah. That is unloading is much more easy. Whereas if the shift is on the left side shift, then there's an increased affinity of oxygen. That means unloading would be harder for oxygen to get unloaded from the hemoglobin. So right and left, yeah, right and left. So remember, if there's a right shift, there's a decreased oxygen affinity. Unloading is much more easy. Whereas if the shift is on the left of this curve, then there's an increased affinity of oxygen towards hemoglobin. That means unloading of oxygen would be much more harder. Yeah. Detachment of the oxygen would be much more harder. Whereas on the right side, detachment of the oxygen from the hemoglobin would be much more easy. Yeah. So this concept one must know. And on based on this, let's talk about few parameters. Yeah, the main ones. We have temperature. We have 2,3 diphosphoglyceric acid or glycerate, and then we have hydrogen ions, and then we have partial pressure of CO2. Yeah, so these are the four parameters which one must know. So if any one of these four of these, either it can increase, they can either increase or they can either decrease. So let's see what if they increase. Suppose let's take an example of temperature. If temperature increases, that means the shift would be on the right side. And that means, suppose if someone has a fever, yeah, and let's talk about someone has around 39 degrees Celsius, yeah, or somewhere around 102 Fahrenheit if someone has. So if the shift is, of course, if the temperature, if we know the patient is febrile and her temperature is increased. If temperature is increased, of course, if it is increased, the shift would be towards the right side. And already I said, if the shift is on the right side, it would be much more easy for oxygen to get unloaded or detached from the hemoglobin. That means if for in the peripheral tissue, oxygen would be much more easily passed on to the peripheral tissue rather than staying to the hemoglobin. Yeah, because it is much more detached easily. So this is the concept. Same thing for the 2,3-DPG, same thing for the hydrogen. Suppose if hydrogen are increased, hydrogen ions, if they are increased, that means we are towards the acidic side. And that means if someone pH is acidic, yeah, hydrogens are increased, that means pH is decreased. If that means they're acidic, if their pH is acidic, that means, of course, the shift will be on the right side. Hence, oxygen would be much more easily unloaded. Yeah. Same thing for the partial pressure of CO2. If someone has high CO2, partial pressure of CO2 is high, then of course the shift will be right. Same thing for the 2,3-DPG. If it is increased, then the shift would be towards the right side. So important point is, if they are increased, of course the shift would be right sided shift. And if the shift is, if these are decreased, suppose hydrogen is decreased. If hydrogen is decreased, that means we are on the alkaline side. Yeah, so, pH must be somewhere more than 7.45. So that means because hydrogen are decreased, we are towards the alkaline side. That means in that scenario, what will happen is your pH would be increased, and but therefore it would be much more harder for the oxygen to get delivered from the hemoglobin, yeah, in that cases, because it is the alkaline pH. So four of them, if they are decreased, any one of them are decreased, pH is on the left side, that means much more harder for oxygen to be delivered. If any one of them are increased, the shift is on the right side, hence oxygen would be much more easily delivered, yeah. So this is the case. And let's talk about the Bohr effect. Bohr effect is the same thing related to the CO2, partial pressure of the CO2. If it is increased, then the shift of course would be on the right side. That what it means. Now 2,3-DPG, it is a intermediate of a glycolysis during in the RBCs, present in your RBCs. So if same thing, if they are increased, the shift would be on the right side. If it is in decreased, the shift would be on the left side, yeah. And for an example, 2,3-DPG, if it can be increased, it would be increased in the RBC. So if it is increased, that means the shift is on the right side. And when is it increased to 3-DPG? Suppose there is hypoxia, anemic, or patient is anemic, or at the level of high altitude, yeah. Same thing, 2,3-DPG would be decreased. Suppose if you give fluids, after operation, and as the age increases, and even at the parenteral feeding, because there's hypophosphatemia. So these are the few causes when the DPG is decreased and when the DPG is increased. But main point is this: none of these would come in the exam. Important thing is, what if 2,3-DPG is increased? Whether the shift would be on the right side or the left side. So of course, main important point is this signs. See, these are the signs. If this is on the right side, it is increased, and on the left side, it is decreased. So anything on the left of this curve, temperature would be decreased, 2,3-DPG would be decreased, hydrogen ions would be decreased, and your CO2 would be decreased. And any one of these present on the right side of the curve, then of course we know these would be increased. Temperature would be increased, 2,3-DPG would be increased, hydrogen would be increased, PCO2 would be increased. And the even though, if just the one thing we must know, there's an inverse relation of oxygen to these. If they are increased, affinity is decreased. If they are decreased, then affinity towards oxygen of hemoglobin is increased. So there's an inversely proportional. They are inversely related to the oxygen, suppose, yeah. Hydrogen is increased, that means we are acidic. Increased, we are on the right side. That means inversely proportional, oxygen would be, affinity would be decreased. If it is increased, then oxygen affinity would be decreased. Hence, much more easy for oxygen to get unloaded, and peripheral tissue can get oxygen much more easy, yeah. So that's why even in fever and all that, any parameters, if they are increased or decreased, that will lead to decrease or increase affinity of oxygen, yeah. So that really helps in the this is how body does function, and this is a very important few points one must know. And so main conclusion is, right shift, these parameters would increased, but oxygen affinity would decreased. Left shift, these parameters would decrease, but oxygen affinity would increase. So that's all. All right, thank you.